The chances of becoming a successful rapper are extremely thin, with the music industry being highly competitive and saturated, but not impossible. Back in the day when you had to actually go to the store and purchase an album, whether it be a CD or whether it be a tape, the experience of going through the aisle, whatever genre of music you was listening to, R&B, rap, you had to go through each individual, like the CDs, you had to flip them. Like back in the day, they used to come in these big plastic things that, you had to, they didn't want no anti-theft. So, you know what I mean? They'd be long and they'd have to cut the piece off. Waste of plastic like no ever, right? But the experience of going from the A to the Z section, right? Going through there, looking at the album cover, flipping, and then you come up on one of them albums that you like, yeah, ooh, this is the one I've been looking for right here. And you pull it out, you look at it, flip it around, see the back of it, and there wasn't billions of rappers, right? There wasn't billions. Music-wise, you had CD stores packed, right? But when it came to like the rap aisle and shit like that, like there wasn't really billions of artists like you got today. Today you got overload. Like everybody wants to be a rapper, right? Everybody wants to, and to me now, I look at a rapper like a WWE player. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I might have looked up to some of the rappers and looked at them like they really had, the morals and integrity that, somebody that really was thorough would have. But now when I look at the rappers, to me, I'll be like, this shit like WWE. Motherfuckers got album covers and all kinds of shit with cars and never own jewelry, never own fake gold, all kinds of shit. And I get it because it's the image you selling, but yet at the end of the day, it's cap. It's cap. It's like wearing fake jewelry. Like for me, I would never wear a chain. This is just me. This ain't to anybody else, but to me, I ain't gonna feel right wearing some fake shit. You know what I mean? Trying to fake it. Many people do. I was at the club the other night. Cats, everybody in that thing had on CZ chains. Everybody's chain was diamond out, hitting hard and shit. But come on, man, I know them. Come on, you surely don't got that. Everybody don't got that clarity. But, that's another story. Today's video that I'm gonna bring y'all right here is the 7 reasons why rappers never make it. So the first one right here is talent isn't enough. It says a lot of rappers think that they can just rap really good and then everything will magically fall into their lap. This causes them to be very prideful, which gives them a false sense of entitlement. They feel like they are owed success because they are skilled. This is often the foreshadowing of bitterness once they realize things aren't panning out like they thought they should. These type of rappers are often lazy because they feel like they don't have to work hard in order to be successful. The music industry is not a talent show. It's a business. It doesn't matter how dope your music is or how professional your music video looks. If you're not putting the work to make sure everyone knows about it, there are about 60,000 songs released on Spotify every single day. That is a lot. 60,000 songs right there every single day. And very few of them ever get any significant views for this reason. It said very few get significant views. And that's some real shit in my opinion, right? I know people that rap, got hard music, whole nine, and they do decent on their views. Even out of state, people fuck with their music. But, I don't know. Everybody's a rapper though. Everybody got something to say. Everybody's copying off another person. The originality ain't there. People are making music that they want to hear. There's lots of pieces that go into it. So for you to stand out in the world amongst so many people waiting for attention, you got to really, like I said, treat this like a business. As becoming a rapper, right? You got to be able to invest in yourself. You got to be able to invest in yourself on a regular basis with no return. You ain't going to get no money back. It's going to take a while. Some of y'all might hit that thing called luck, right? You might get lucky and you shoot to the front or you make some bucks, right? But generally speaking, yeah, the average rapper, very hard to get there. Very low significant views, 60,000 songs a day. What y'all think? Let me know down below. Number 2 says, they're only artists. If you are wanting to be a successful rapper, you can't only be an artist. You also need to be a business-minded and financially literate person. quote, the ability to read and understand numbers. You need to understand investing and ROI, return on investment, AKA profit, which means you need to learn how to make your projects profitable so you can quit asking your producers, mixing engineers, and videographers for the struggling artist homeboy hookup prices, which is causing them to lose money. And that's what we were just talking about. You know what I mean? With no return on your investment. A lot of people don't even understand what ROI is. Yes, your return on investment. People think that, it's good you got faith in yourself and you like your music and you got drive, but at the end of the day, your numbers should tell you everything, right? If you've been rapping for 10, 15 years and you still only getting 35, 36, 38 views, it might be time to go back to the drawing board or something, and it don't work just to be buying other artists, their name and their likeness for, 8 bars and using it for yours, people need to be genuinely messing with your music first and foremost before you even go spend that kind of dough to get those features. But I get it. It's promo, get us out there, sounds good, looks good. But like it said right here, you gotta really learn how to make your projects profitable. If your art, if it ain't, but an artist, all right, I'm an artist to a degree. I'm just not a rapper. So I know art has to have the right person and the right eye to appreciate it. You know what I mean? You have to have that. Like I always say, the ears that can hear, right? So artists got to be the same way. Artists got to be able to really know how to dial into to their audience. And you think about it, the math for being really profitable ain't hard, right? If you got 500 people that like your music and they spend $100 throughout the year, you know what I mean, just on some of your projects or your merch and stuff right there, how much bread you got? Of course, you got to factor in your bottom line if you're doing merch and all that stuff right there. But a lot of rappers really do think that they talent, right? They just music, they just upload and somebody gonna hear it and it's gonna take off. But not that easy. Number 3 says they aren't willing to invest. Same shit we was talking about previously, right? It says many rappers are not willing to pay for quality work and rather jump at the cheapest prices for music production, mixing, album artwork, and music videos. Having a cheap product will convey to others you don't care and take pride in your music, so why should anyone else? And if you can't afford to pay someone to do these things for you, then maybe you should consider learning to do these things for yourself. And many rappers develop what I like to refer to as the I can't afford mindset. They say they would like to do things on a larger scale, but just can't afford it, right? I just can't afford it. This type of limiting thinking rules out any possibilities. Instead, a slight mental shift to, quote, how can I afford will show you possibilities you may have never seen or considered before. Maybe instead of trying to do a whole album cheaply, you should focus on doing 1 or 2 songs with the excellence and actually spend money promoting it so that a lot of people can listen to it. Maybe you can sell stuff around the house, ask for money for Christmas, birthdays, cut your neighbor's grass, stop buying everything brand new like video games and get them used. Stop eating out. So it's going in all that, but that's what I was speaking on when I first started this video, right? Like rappers, you got to be able to treat it like a business with no return. You get no return on your investment. This right here, it's not gonna work for you by no means if you go for the cheapest. I mean, think about it. I mean, I don't want to buy nothing off Temu. You know what I mean? That's like a last place. Some people out there live by it. For me, nah. I feel better if I went and bought that thing from Target. Shit, that might be the European in me or something, right? But I ain't shopped at Target in a minute. I don't plan on shopping at Target. But I'm just saying, general, I'd rather buy it from a brand name store. But a sideline note. Cheapest product gets you the cheapest customers. You know what I mean? We could take a look at Nipsey Hussle. We see that when he came out with that Crenshaw tape, right? He set himself at the highest note, right? He said $100 an album sold out like that. Of course, Jay-Z had his hand in it, but at the same time, though, you gotta really, you know what I mean? He knew his worth, though. He set his price tag. He is a great case study on some real boss type of shit right there. If you think about how long Nipsey Hussle invested into his craft, though, think about how many years coming before he was really crowned like the legend that he is. You know what I mean? And that was money out of his pocket that he wasn't seeing back at all. But he believed in himself. He believed in it. He seen it in his head and he followed it consistently. Watered that seed, right? So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Number 4 is no promotion or marketing, right? That's what it says. If all you are thinking about is creating the product, but putting little to no effort or thought or investment on delivering the product to the market, you are doing yourself, your promotional fans, and everyone else involved in the project a huge disservice. It's a promotion and marketing should be something you're thinking about and budgeting for before you start spending all your money on creating your project. Sadly, this is mostly an afterthought if it's a thought at all. Once the budget has been spent on creating the project, very few people will ever hear it, leaving the rapper further in the hole financially with little fan base growth. Personally, that one right there, I feel like should have been up higher, or maybe they're going down and that's how these are stronger, or maybe not at all, right? But if nobody hears your product, it's the same thing with a business. They say most businesses fail due to their marketing. So most artists definitely gonna fail because they're marketing. Nobody's hearing their music. They think because it's fire, right? You post it online, everybody finna hear it. Nah, you need a budget to run YouTube ads. You need a budget to run Instagram ads, TikTok ads. Like if you really got quality music, like why would you leave the growth, the chance to grow to organic posting though? Like why would you not put money behind your music on TikTok? And I get it, once again, it's like it said in the article, you got that I can't afford it, you know what I mean? I don't got enough for it. But if it's gold, how's anybody ever gonna see it shine if there's no windows in and no light, right? That's what marketing and promotion does. It brings that light in, right? It brings that light in and the eyes in so you could shine. So number 5 is they don't care about people. It's got a picture with a guy in the office and it says, the shoes you step on today may be attached to the ass you have to kiss tomorrow. And it shows, a guy in the office working and he's just looking. It says, I'm amazed to see rappers who want to be successful but don't care about people. I will never understand why people don't care about the very people who could be potential supporters of their music. This mindset usually derives from pride, as if fans are some type of underlings. Fans are some underlings like peons. I'm the rapper, you're the fan. You know what I mean? I'm him, right? That's where you get that Hollywood shit, right? People worship these idols. You know what I mean? But this right here is saying that is a flaw, right? It's saying it's flaw. Potential that could be potential supporters of the music. Their mindset usually derives from pride, as if fans are some type of underlings that are supposed to bow down and worship at their feet. But that's what they do though, right? These type of rappers will ignore your comments and emails. And I'm not talking about really famous rappers who are getting tens of thousands of comments on single posts. That's cold-blooded. Or they always take 5-6 hours to message your ass back, motherfucker. But it is what it is. I'm glad God gives me the eyes to see it. It says, I'm not talking about really famous. I can understand that not being possible. I'm talking about the ones who don't have a large following and who are simply ignoring potential fans. People typically won't care about you until they see that you sincerely care about them. Respect is earned when respect is given. Yeah, I fuck with that one. I don't think I really got too much to add on to that, but yeah, for sure. You gotta show love to those who show love to you, all right? You know what I mean? Can't treat them like they the peons, they beneath you. You know what I mean? They the ones. Without them, there is no you, all right? But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. So number 6 is different, right? It's they are insecure. Some of the most insecure people masquerade their insecurities by being boastful, which is how they get their needed supply to feed their insecurities. If you are offended when someone gives you advice or constructive criticism, don't take it personally. Even though being corrected can be uncomfortable, it's essential for your growth, not just your music career, but in life in general. Yeah, I can see that. As a creative myself, though, I get it. You want to take information from somebody sometimes depending on who they is, right? It all depends on who the source is. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think I can discern, you know, who's really giving me good advice and who's giving me some bullshit, right? Or should I don't want to take. And I could be the same person they talking about too, right? But as an artist and a creative, you gotta follow what God puts in you though, right? So like if certain tweaks and things on it, like I know that's my, you know what I mean, my alchemy right there. Then I'm gonna keep it my flow. I appreciate the input, good looking type of shit. But yeah, I could see that, you know what I mean. But you know, some people think they know it all. You know, I'm not. It's like saying somebody's music is whack, right? Automatically, you tell somebody music whack, you a hater, you a hater, you a hater. But let's be honest, some of the shit is whack though. That shit ain't popping. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the way to go about it. You know, say that, you know, I gotta build them up before you knock them down or some shit, right? Like, yeah, you know, I see you put the effort in trying and doing that, but like, but I don't know. You know, I see all being from Colorado. You know, I be seeing motherfuckers all the time. I just know they shit is whack. But it is what it is. Do what they do. I ain't your closest people, but if it's your close people and they tell you that shit ain't popping, man, you might want to try something. Everybody don't need to be a rapper. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't need to be a rapper. Young cats out there, there's other ways to get into the bag and getting that Benz, that chain, that watch, and all that shit, especially on his phone for sure, rather than being a rapper. You know what I mean? Get a vocational skill. Learn something, a trade or something that you know what I mean, can be used forever. That's always going to be able to pay you because rapping shit, music shit, nah, very slim. Now for the last one, number 7, it says short-sighted. Some rappers simply aren't passionate about rapping. Once things don't seem to be happening quickly, they get burnt out and fade into the sunset. They was never really in love with it. They just thought it was a get rich quick scheme or some shit, right? They liked it, but they wasn't in love with it. So if you want to make it as a rapper, you need to be truly loving the craft. This means that you don't have to be making money to be happy doing it. Truly loving the craft will give you the endurance to keep moving forward regardless of the circumstances and how the real results are obtained. That's deep right there. Truly loving the craft will give you the endurance to keep moving forward regardless of the circumstances. That's some real shit. That can apply across the board. When you really love something, you're really into it, it's just a process of motion. It's just showing up and watering that seed and seeing it sprout a little bit, you know, knowing it's there, you know what I mean? Just waiting for the day, letting the process, patient with the process, right? You know what I mean? Like when you love the craft, you really will be patient with the process. And by being patient with the process, you can let the process unfold, right? So it says Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Jay-Z are still making music till this day, and they clearly don't need the money at the stage in their career, which reveals that the true motive for making music is much deeper than money. Yeah, I could dig that. Even though Eminem, Dr. Dre, maybe Jay-Z get the streams that they used to get, right? Or still, you know what I mean, hold that. But like, yeah, that's real. I don't think I got too much to add on to that right there neither. But the 7 list right there, I thought was pretty accurate from a financial standpoint, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, young cats out there, I know you want to be a rapper, you want the chain, you want the watch, you know what I mean? You want the Bentley, you want the Benz, you want all the money, and then what though? Then what? I challenge y'all to think bigger, dream bigger than that right there, because all that can be obtained in other ways. Ways you ain't got to get a 9 to 5, ways you ain't even got to bend the law, all that shit. 100% ways you could use your brain to get paid, especially using this iPhone thing, man. You really all across the board, right? But the real question is, will you? The real question is, will you? Or do you really believe that rapping is going to get you out the hood, though? Most y'all is probably never going to get out the hood because your rapping surely ain't going to do it. Your rapping is not going to pay the bills. Your rapping got you living in a fantasy. You living in a Comic Con, you know what I mean? The real world is outside moving. People are prospering, paying bills. They ain't, nah. You in a bubble. You in a bubble. Pop that bubble. Come out here and come forward with the people. You feel me? But let me know what y'all thought about this list of 7 reasons why rappers never made it. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like if you made it this far. Sub up if you want to know what's next up. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.